I can certainly see law as a special interest, even if you didn't know you were autistic. I could certainly see hyperlexia probably feeding into being able to do all that reading. And I've worked a lot with lawyers as a ghostwriter, and there are a lot of autistic lawyers. They may not always know it, but I think the field is attractive to autistic people from a studying perspective. And then what I find is there are a lot of unhappy lawyers because it is such a high masking career. So I wonder what you were probably, I'm guessing, as an attorney, never diagnosed. You were only diagnosed once you were a judge, right? But if you look back on your legal career, can you see how your autism and ADHD maybe influenced choosing it and then maybe influenced switching to being a judge?
Yes, it influenced it, and I didn't even realize the impact until later. I was so happy to learn that autistic people are interested in fairness and justice, because that's both an attractive thing for someone who wants to be a lawyer, but then once you're a lawyer, you find out the system is not fair. And it's not just. And so there's a real disappointment, and there's a whole emotional thing to get used to that fact, because as an autistic person interested in fairness and justice, I want to change the world so everything is fair. And that's not how it works. So I loved being a lawyer and did so as long as I could. But
what kind of law did you do?
Family law.
Oh, geez.
And criminal law, but just misdemeanors, no felonies.
Right.
And for a while, we had contracts with local municipalities as prosecutors, which we would do part-time in each of these municipalities. And then finally went into just defending cases.
Yeah. And so would you say you had a burnout experience in law? I know there's a lot of lawyers that burn out.
Yes, I didn't realize what it was. We thought, oh, is it low thyroid? Why do I want to sleep 16 hours a day? That kind of thing.
Wow.
And it wasn't until I was diagnosed, really, that I understood that's what was going on. And it really affects your self-esteem, because what's wrong with me? Why am I lazy? Why am I sleeping and it's 10 a.m.? Those kinds of things. That was really hard.